With the 1890 U.S. Census records being 90% or more destroyed, what is the first set of records that you can research to help overcome that black hole of information? State Census records. Ooh. Howdy, I am Devin Noel Lee with Family History Fanatics, and if you're just joining this special collaboration with Lisa Leosin from Are You My Cousin, we are in video 2 about how do we overcome the 1890 census record loss. If you have missed any of the previous episodes, be sure to look in the description or the info cards that'll flash across your screen that will take you to the census playlist. And today our goal is to help you take the overwhelm out of genealogy research. Let's get started. Today's video focuses on state census records. Now, not every state took censuses or enumerated their citizens, so you have to be one of the lucky few with ancestors from states or territories that had these enumerations. The reason why some states didn't take census countings is they didn't have to. They weren't required to do so by federal law. So it was up to each state to make that decision, and a number of states chose not to. Let me give you a quick visual guide to the states that do not have census records. They include my family in Ohio. Darn it. So if you have ancestors from any of these states, go ahead and skip this video because it's not going to apply to you. But if you do have ancestors from any of the other states, then stick around. You also have to remember that your state needs to have existed and taken census records during this time period for you to search. And 21 states did take a census enumeration or territory enumeration. 1885, 1895, that's the only time these states took their census records, right? No, that's a myth. Let's debunk that myth right now. The states and former territories that are now states got to decide how often they needed to enumerate their citizens. I found that in some territories that are trying to become states, they enumerated more often. And there's probably geopolitical reasons why they were doing that, such as trying to count their citizens to make sure they have enough for statehood and then allocate the proper representation within the state. Makes sense, so they will enumerate their citizens more often. But there's a number of other reasons that could have taken place, so just be sure that you check for the years on that U.S. Census Bureau link to figure out what years may exist, may exist for your states. So Indiana had a census in 1883 and 1889. So you have a census that is shortly after that 1880 federal census, and then very close to the census that would have happened in 1890. Pretty cool. Washington State had a census every 2 years, it seemed. 1881, 1883, 1887, 1889. You get the idea. My goodness, would you like to have a relative from Washington? That would be a lot of great information. Now, keep in mind that even though the states and former territories enumerated their citizens more often, not all census records exist for every part of the state. So you will have to go and read up on the specific census records for the specific states to find out if you have struck it rich and you have those records for the ancestors you're researching. But if you didn't know these records existed, you can't go searching for them. Okay, speaking of searching for them, where are we going to find the census records? Where are they housed? Census records may be found at state archives, state historical societies, state libraries, and many other online resources. There are state census collections on Ancestry.com. You find them by going to the census and voter list, and then you can access your state from this site and then use the form search, and now you're just searching the state census record collection on Ancestry with nothing else. Now, I'll be honest, I usually don't try to navigate through Ancestry to their collection. If I am looking for a collection, I'll Google it. This is what I do. I go to Google and I type in Michigan State Census 1884. And then when I get my search results, then I can see what repositories and online databases has that collection, and I just go there. So that's my quick way to find it instead of navigating through the card catalog. If you're still having difficulties looking for the census records, I would advise going over to the FamilySearch Wiki and looking for your individual state, and then click on census and then see what the wiki says about the state record collection. They'll have a quick guide as to what census records exist and where there's gaps. Maybe the whole census record, it was taken, but it no longer exists. Maybe certain counties exist. So if you want to find the gaps, go to the FamilySearch Wiki. Another resource that can help you track down the elusive state census records is researchguides with an S .net. Oh, that's a lot of information. I hope that you will check out the state census records for your specific states. And if you're lucky, you're going to have more than just a listing of the head of household, but you will find your family and more information about them. Be sure to watch for our next video in this collaborative series where Lisa will talk about my favorite record collection, city directories.